The moment I walked out of those school gates, I was told the same thing you were. Get a steady job, live below your means, and save every single penny. I was told that this was the golden ticket to a life of freedom. But I'm going to tell you something that might sting. That statement is not just outdated. In today's economy, it's mathematically impossible. The trouble is, millions of people are still falling for the saving trap. Why? Because it's exactly what the system wants you to believe. They want you trapped in a cycle of trading your best years for a currency that is losing value while you sleep. So you're forced to stay in a job you hate until you're too old to enjoy the money you've finally scraped together. To understand how to escape, we have to look behind the curtain. Imagine living in a world where someone else secretly pulls the strings of your life like an orchestra conductor. Unfortunately, that's closer to reality than you think. Historically, money actually meant something. Under the gold standard, you could walk into a bank, hand over a bill, and demand physical gold. It was a fair trade, but in 1933 and then fully in 1971, that changed. Money became fiat. It's a fancy Latin word that basically means by decree. Your dollar has value only because the government says it does. It's no longer backed by a physical commodity, it's backed by trust. This gave the people in charge a superpower, the ability to print more whenever they wanted. When you chase and hoard this money, you're essentially collecting arcade tokens. They only hold value because the arcade manager says they do. And while you're busy collecting them, the manager is quietly printing millions more, making your pile less valuable by the second. Let's look at a scenario. Imagine you have $10,000 in a standard savings account. You feel safe, right? You decide to put that money away for 30 years. Even if the bank gives you a tiny bit of interest, when you come back, that $10,000 won't buy you the car or the lifestyle it could today. Why? Because of the invisible thief called inflation. I've seen this firsthand. When I was younger, a single dollar could buy a movie ticket, a snack, and a drink. Today, that same dollar won't even buy you the plastic cup the drink comes in. There are 3 reasons why this happens. First, demand pull. When everyone wants the same thing, prices go up. Second, cost push. When the cost of materials and wages rises, businesses pass that cost to you. And third, the big one, money supply. When more money is pumped into the economy, each individual dollar has less weight. Your savings aren't growing, they are rotting. The most frustrating part is that the banks aren't just sitting on your money. They are using it to build their own empires. They take your arcade tokens, and instead of keeping them in a vault, they loan them out to other people at 10%, 15%, or even 25% interest. They are making massive profits using your capital, and in return, they hand you a measly 0.1% interest. It's the ultimate lopsided deal. You take the risk of your money losing value to inflation, while they take the reward of using your money to generate wealth for themselves. I'm not saying banks are evil. They're just businesses acting in their own interest. But you can't blindly trust them to look after your future. So, how do you beat a rigged game? You stop being a saver and start being an owner. Historically, the markets have given an average yearly return of 8 to 10%. Over the last century, through wars, recessions, and pandemics, the data has remained remarkably consistent. Instead of letting your money rot in a bank, you put it into productive assets. Low-cost index funds, like the S&P 500, allow you to own a piece of the 500 most successful companies in the world. You aren't gambling on one stock, you're betting on human progress. But before you start, you need 3 things: an emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of expenses in a high-yield account, for liquidity, not growth. A low-fee platform. Don't let 1% fees eat half your future profits. Consistency. It's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. The biggest risk you can take isn't investing in a stock, it's the risk of doing nothing at all. Every day you wait for the perfect time to invest, you are paying an opportunity cost. Think of all the people who sat on the sidelines during the last few years because they were scared. They missed out on some of the greatest wealth-building periods in history. Money is a tool. It's meant to go out and work for you, not be hoarded under a mattress or in a stagnant bank account. The idea of saving your way to the top is boomer thinking. It worked when interest rates were high and inflation was low. But the world has changed, and you need to adapt. Don't let your money stay on the sidelines. Let it go out and play.